Only qualified personnel should install Napoleon appliances and accessories. See product manual for details. This video will provide an overview of the steps to follow when installing the Napoleon Luminex Electric Fireplace. The following tools are recommended to have on hand when installing this appliance: a level, screw gun, Phillips and Robinson bits, tape measure, gloves, Phillips screwdriver, utility knife, the product manual, and all appropriate PPE. To begin, you will need to determine the location and installation configuration of the appliance. There is no minimum height requirement for the appliance base, however, an appliance positioned at least 18 inches off the ground maximizes the aesthetic appeal. The Luminex is designed to be fully recessed into an enclosure, and it can be set up in 3 different configurations. In a 3-sided installation, the appliance is fully recessed into a wall with the firebox viewable from the front and both sides. In a 2-sided installation, the appliance is fully recessed into a wall, with the firebox viewable from the front and one side. In a single-sided installation, the appliance is fully recessed into a wall, with the firebox viewable from the front only. To access the interior of the fireplace, and remove the packaging and media, the front glass must be removed. To do this, use a Phillips screwdriver to remove the 3 screws along the top edge of the fireplace, underneath the finishing flange. Once these have been removed, the glass can carefully be tilted out and pulled up to be removed. Each side of the appliance has 6 screws, holding the side trim and side panels in place. These will all need to be removed to prepare the appliance for the correct configuration. For a single-sided configuration, only the side panels must be reinstalled on both sides of the appliance. To prepare the appliance to suit 2- or 3-sided configurations, install the side panel on the side of the appliance to be covered, and install the side trim on the desired open side of the appliance. Regardless of the installation configuration selected, the opening for the appliance must follow the required framing dimensions, as stated in the product manual, and all local building codes. Once the framing has been constructed, remove the 8 screws and washers from the top and bottom of the appliance, and install the supplied metal brackets. These are used to secure the appliance, once it has been placed within the framing. Next, have a licensed, certified electrician make all electrical connections to the appliance, according to local codes in the installation manual. The junction box is located behind a cover, in the top right-hand corner of the appliance. The Luminex must be hardwired according to the wiring diagrams for 120 and 240 volts, in the product manual. The junction box also hosts a location to plug in a wall mount controller, if that option is selected. Have an additional technician help install the appliance within the opening, and secure it in place with the appropriate fasteners. Once in place, bring power to the appliance and test its operation before finishings are installed. Use the remote and touch panel to ensure the lighting and heating are operating as intended. It's important to note that when connected to 120 volts, the heat will only be produced on the left side of the appliance, and when connected to 240 volts, heat will be produced across the entire front of the appliance. Once correct operation is confirmed, the enclosure can be finished. The Luminex is a zero-clearance appliance, so both combustible and non-combustible materials can be used to finish the enclosure. The finishing material should cover the front of the appliance, and butt against the finishing material edge flange. High-temperature construction adhesive can be used on the front of the appliance, to further secure the finishing material if necessary. If a mantle is being installed, ensure it is a minimum of 3 5/16 inches above the top of the appliance. There are screw-safe areas indicated in the product manual, that can be used to further secure the finishing material in place. Do not place screws anywhere outside these areas, or you risk damage to the internal components. In a 2- or 3-sided configuration, high-temperature construction adhesive can be used on the sides of the appliance, between the trim and wall. This will help further secure the finishing material to the sides of the enclosure. Turn on the fireplace, and ensure the Ember bed lights are on. Wash, dry, and empty both colors of glass into the firebox, mixing them together to create a realistic glow across the Ember bed. Ensure no small glass pieces fall into the front glass groove, or the front glass will not be able to be installed correctly. It is recommended to place the glass in a single even layer, covering the Ember bed entirely, so the glow can be seen through the glass. The logs can be placed in any location in the firebox, as desired by the customer. However, a diagram is provided in the product manual, to outline the recommended placement of the logs. Once the logs are in the desired position, Place the charcoal pieces and mineral rocks around the logs. The final result should be a realistic fire bed, with the media filling the firebox. If the customer does not wish to use the fireplace's heating function, a heater lockout switch is made available in the upper right-hand corner of the fireplace, under the touch panel. This is only accessible behind the glass, and cannot be turned back on without removing the glass again. Have this conversation with your customer prior to reinstalling the glass, to ensure the fireplace operates as they intend, before leaving the site. With all the media installed, ensure no pieces of glass media are in the front glass groove, and replace the front glass into the track. Then resecure the front glass in place using a screwdriver. This finalizes the installation of the Luminex. Click here to view the Wolf Steel Technical YouTube page. Like and subscribe to our channel to get notifications for new product and troubleshooting videos.